So we were launching a brand new product. Well, it was an old product per se, but we were adding new funds to the product. And the funds that we were adding were really complicated funds. And we were very concerned that, people wouldn't accept them, understand them. So we hired Metlife and Partners to help us with how do we go out and position something that's incredibly complicated and no one's ever done in our industry. I think we have products that people really do need, but if we don't break down that initial barrier, then we never are able to tell our story about the product and how it works. So I think before we even put pen to paper on any product launch, we need to get our messaging and our positioning really strong. And that's where we bring Metlife and Partners in, is to help us with that and give us their perspective on what resonates with consumers, what they will react to in a positive manner. So one of our challenges was really the advisors. How are they going to like these new funds? So we needed to come up with some really succinct, good messaging that they would in turn want to repeat to their clients. And it would be simple because these funds were incredibly complicated. And we came up with some great language that after it was launched and we tested it, the phrase that we came up with to use, which was more consistent returns over time, was being associated with Metlife and that product. We used the language as a basis for everything we did from a marketing perspective, advertising, the branding around the product. That language was consistent throughout every piece of material we did, whether it was a PowerPoint presentation, a brochure, an email we sent out. Everybody was on the same page. So I thought that was what was so great about that language. It was that anybody you talked to was saying the same thing. We could have launched it and it could have had a great rate, but if people didn't believe in those funds and didn't understand the funds, then it could have turned out to be a flop. So it was probably the most successful launch that Metlife has ever seen. We've incorporated that thinking into our team and the way that we work, and I think that's because they became good partners with us. So I think the partnership has been great. We have a phrase, we've coined a phrase on whenever we do work, we're like, did you Metlife-ize that?